Okay, meeting recording process. Okay, now we'll have this system we have seen earlier. Now, we have started that a motion of an electron in an electric field. This is about a lecture that we have seen. So this one we have started. So this one that is about a motion of electron means what? It is a just like a we have a charge, we have a force. Okay, so this one is about a equation of a force when that electron is moving in an electric field. So electron is having a charge, electron is having a mass. So that's why the equation of a force we have written here. So in this way, we have mentioned that the way we discuss. Okay. So now next, uh, we just go ahead here. So now, okay. So we have seen that electrical thing and all. Okay. So now we can continue our discussion here. So now force and all. So now force is equal to what? A charge into a whatever the electric field. Okay. So now we can write that equation here. This we can just exchange the terms. We are writing that whatever the mass and electric field, or we can exchange the term in terms of what a mass and whatever the acceleration part is there. We can write in terms of the velocity. Similarly, we can write in terms of a what that whatever the displacement of a electron. When we say that electron is displaced from one place to the another place, so there will be a work done. So that's why from the initial point to the final point, okay, so that electron is moving. So means we can say that that work done by the field in a carrying a unit positive charge. Okay, so from what initial position to the final position, so we can say that we can write this one work done from the carrying this particular charge from initial position to the final position. So this one nothing but a work done. W is equal to what here? We can write W is equal to what? Equal to that is the charge we have, an integral that is initial position to final position, and that electric field, and there will be displacement that is the dl, that is the length from moving of a charge from a to b there. So next is about we say that we write here m d by dt. So instead of that we can write d square x by dt square. So this one is about a d square x by dt square, and this electron and e here we are writing this equation here. So this is about d square x because motion of an electron in a Cartesian coordinate we have considered, and because of that we can see that d square x by dt square. If it is along with the y, d square y, along with the z, along d square y z. Okay, d square z by dt square. Now the same equation we can write with a different notations here. Okay, so how we can write in a cylindrical or a spherical coordinates we can write the same equation. So that is the that way we can write that equation there. But if you consider that this equation, this E into A work done, so you can relate that a work done is nothing but what? It is nothing but a difference of what? A potential. Because moment of a whatever the charge we say that, okay, in terms of given particular field. So that's why we can say that difference from one point to the another point, and that difference is nothing but the potential difference. So potential difference we can write V is equal to what? Minus of what? Electric field, okay, into dl, and that position of what? Position from point initial point to the final point. So we can find out a potential also. So similarly we can write the equation of what? A potential. We can write the equation of a velocity in terms of what? That uh, interrelated. We can write the in terms of a velocity, or we can write in terms of a potential there. So generally we say that E, okay, that is about your charge. Okay, 1.602 into 10 power minus 19 coulomb. But if you consider that that is about the one electron volt, so in that case volt will be a one volt. So one electron volt is equal to what? Same. Okay, so that is, but one electron volt we are getting that is in terms of a joule here. So that we can have. So we can find out the velocity of a electron. Okay, so that velocity of electron in terms of what? In terms of a potential. So you can write V is equal to what? Suppose if you wanted to write a electron, okay, so this V in terms of what? That velocity. Okay, so this one, in that case, this becomes what? A EDL. EDL is nothing but what? A potential V. So that's why E by M, we are writing here E by M, and then we have a potential here. So we are getting the velocity of electron in terms of what? E by M. Okay, this one is about E by M, and then we have a potential of this. So that's why we can get a equation of a velocity in terms of a potential there. And this velocity, equation of a velocity, is used in the klystron, and we can continue how that potential and how this kinetic energy is generated there. Next is about a motion of an electron in a magnetic field. We have a equation of a force. Okay, means electron is moving in a magnetic field. Suppose electron is moving in a magnetic field, it is a linearly. So then what happen? Electron, and we have a magnet. So magnet is used to focus the electron to move in a given direction. But supposed to be that field is not linear, and if that field is what? A perpendicular one, means crossed one. So in that case, what happened? That electron, if electron started to move in a magnetic field, so electron will be pulled out from this particular field. Okay, so that's why we can say that electron moving, okay, in a the if supposed to be there is a field, so then electrons start moving in a circular fashion. Okay, so that is about a circular motion here, we can say. So we should know that what is the field we have. So motion of an electron in a magnetic field, which is directly proportional to the what? A charge we have. Okay, and then we can say that again, whatever the velocity of the given particular charge, and then that electron is moving in an magnetic field. Okay, so electron is moving in a magnetic field. So that is about a flux density B. And so because we say that it has a vector, because electron is moving in a given direction, so velocity having a some vector here. So similarly we have a flux density, it has having some vector. So that's why it makes a cross product. So because that is about the sign of angle between that velocity of that particular electron, it is not always perpendicular, or it is not always okay in a axial one, because small bend is there. Okay, different direction. So that's why velocity and flux, there is a small angle, that is called as a sign of angle between the vectors of velocity of vectors, that is the motion of electron, and a field there. So we get that force is equal to q v into b here. So you can write in terms of what? Charge, or you can say that e here we can write. And the same equation we have written here, this is in the form of what? A Cartesian coordinate. So d square x by dt square. Okay, similarly earlier we say that the force equations and all, same equations we are written here in terms of a Cartesian coordinate. Similarly we can write the same equation in terms of a this one, uh, this that cylindrical coordinate system, or we can write the same equation in terms of what? That spherical coordinate. But generally we say that the force, okay, we have written that equation of force is equal to what? Q into qv into b. But what happened? The direction of a force, okay, it is depending upon that a motion of whatever the charges, how that motion of a charges is there in a given magnetic field. Generally we say that a magnetic field which is a perpendicular to the plane of both what? V and b. So that electron has, we can say that electron has a negative charge. Okay, so that's why we have written that instead of that F is equal to q v into b, we have written that F is equal to what? Minus q v into b, because electron has a negative charge. So that's why we have written that force equation in terms of a charge, that is q. Okay, so here we have written that E is nothing but a charge of a electron. So we can say that a force is equal to what? Minus E into v cross b. And the motion of an electron, we can say that it is a circular one. In the form we can have a circular motion of an electron. So okay, it is in a circular one. So that electron is moving in a circular motion. Okay, so we can say that electron is moving in a circular motion. Supposed to be, if we consider that a force we have, okay, the particular electronic field, and we say that a motion of that whatever the electron we are having in a circular one, and it has having velocity of what, in a x direction. So that's why velocity is in terms of a vx there. Okay, so and it is moving, that electron is moving in a constant uniform magnetic field. Okay, magnetic field is not changing right now. If supposed to be we vary the magnetic field, that motion of electron will bend early. Okay, it is different one. But if it is a constant field, so it is only the depending upon that velocity of a electron, how that electron move in a given direction in a circular fashion. So then we consider that supposed to be in x direction. So velocity is nothing but what, a factor of what, a unit vector, that is about the ax. And we say that a magnetic field which is considered that, or we can say that magnetic flux density, that is nothing but what, a force exerted on the electron there. Okay, force exerted on the electron by what, that is by the magnetic field, and that force is nothing but a perpendicular here. So then what happened? Okay, if that force is a perpendicular to the motion of that electron there. Okay, so then what happened? Therefore, what happened? So there is no work done on the electron. Okay, and its velocities remain constant. But the magnetic field can be expressed. We can have a magnetic field intensity because it is perpendicular one. So we can say that it is a different here. So that's why we can say that if velocity is in x direction, we can consider that a magnetic field intensity in a z direction there. So that's why B is equal to what? Bz Az we can write. Okay, so we have Bz Az, we can write D is equal to Bz Az. So that we can say that a force is nothing but what? A Q, V cross B. Instead of that, we can write here a Vx and a Bz, because cross. Okay, so that's why we have a different coordinates x, and this one is about the z, x cross z. So ultimately, force direction is about what? A y direction. So force is equal to what? Whatever the charge we have, then Vx, then Bz into Ay. Okay, so we can get that equation means force direction is nothing but what? It is in the Ay there. So that's why we can say that the force is a constant there because we have a field. Okay, okay, we can consider that magnetic field is a constant. So for that's why the force remains constant. Okay, but it is changes. That force is changes. What changes? That direction. Direction because it is depending upon that electron. Okay, so changes the direction of motion because of a whatever the electron there. So if means what happen here, because of that magnetic electron is pulled. Okay, because of the magnetic field, electron is pulled by the magnetic force in a circular path. Because magnetic field is a perpendicular to the electron there, when it is that electron is moving in a magnetic field, in that case what happen, electron will be pulled by the magnetic force. Okay, that force is what, we are getting this particular force, so it is pulled out. Okay, so pulled by the magnetic force, and that how then electron is not moving in a straight way, it is moving in a circular path. Okay, and that whatever what happened here, so at any point on the particular given circle, okay, so we can say that electron is moving on the particular circle there, or in a circular path there, at that particular any point on the circle. So it feels that there is a outward force, and that force is called as a centrifugal force, and that force is called as a pulling force. So that's why we can write F is equal to EVB, or we can write instead of F is equal to EVB, we can write in terms of a mass. So we can have a mass, that velocity of electron, and that radius of that motion of that electron. So it is, we can write here, it's equal to what, mv square by r. Okay, so we can write force is equal to what, mv square by r here. So we are getting the equation of what, if we are getting the equation of what, a force. We are getting the equation in terms of what, a, whatever the radius or a, whatever the path. of the given electron there. So we are getting mv square by r. So we can write radius, and similarly we can write what is the motion of an electron, how that electron is moving there. So we can write a motion of electron in a given particular field. So that circular motion we are getting circular motion of the electron in a magnetic field, and that produces a that electron motion in a circular path. So that's why it produces a frequency, and that produces the frequency, and that frequency is called a cyclotron frequency, or as we can say that a cyclotron angular frequency. And based on that, we can find out how much is the time it takes to revolve that particular electron in one particular rotation. So that's why we can find out the period, okay, for the complete revolution of the electron taken due to the magnetic field. So that's why we can write here what is the complete, okay, you can find out the whatever the complete particular period required for the motion of an electron there. So centrifugal force means what? Generally, you know that whenever we have any turn on a road, okay, any turn on a road. So what happen when we are moving a vehicle on a that turn? So what happen? We feel that we are going away from that road, okay, and when we take a sharp turn on that particular road, so then there is some force of exertion force there, that will be outward force, and then some force will be inward force. Okay, if both are same, so then and then our vehicle get a turn at that particular point. If supposed to be some balance is not happen, so what happen? Vehicle will throw away at that particular turn. Okay, so that's why we can say that it's about a centrifugal force. Outward force and inward force both should be the same, then and then vehicle will turn on that particular circular fashion. Okay, so that's why supposed to be speed is more. In that case, there will be imbalance of that particular force happen. Okay, so most of the accident, if you see that, happen on the turn on the road. So that is about what we can say, that is about the centrifugal force and a centripetal force. Figal means outward. Okay, petal means inward one. So that is about your force here. Next about we can consider that a motion of an electron in an electromagnetic field. Okay, earlier we have seen that a motion of an electron. This one is about the motion of electron in an electric field. So motion of an electron in a magnetic field. So now if we combine both, okay, electric field, this is about the motion of electron in electric field, motion of electron in a magnetic field. Okay, these are about the combined equation. So we are getting that electric field and a magnetic field. Okay, and that expression of a force is called as a Lorentz force. Okay, Lorentz force means what? Motion of an electron in an electric field as well as in a magnetic field. So we are getting this equation. Now the same equation we can write in terms of a Cartesian coordinate, or we can write in terms of a circular coordinate, or a what we can say that is spherical coordinate there. But what happened? The motion of electrons in a electric and a magnetic field, it is depends on what? That is it is depends upon the orientation of these two field. That is about the electron or electric field or a magnetic field. So that's why we can find out the motion of electron. It is depending upon that these two field. But what happened here? The magnetic field, okay, not exerting any force on the electron. Okay, when these two fields are in the same or in the opposite direction. What happened? Are you getting what I'm saying? If there is a linear, or we can say that is about the opposite direction there. So that's why they are not exerting any force on the electron. So that's why in this particular case, we can say that motion of the electron depends only on the what? A electric field. So that's why we can say that in general, whatever the microwave devices we are learning, any microwave devices, what happen? There are some linear tubes, okay, in a microwave devices. So that a linear tubes, they are using a principle that okay, electron motion is depending upon the electric field, not on the magnetic field. Okay, that magnetic field is used, and that is only for the focusing of the electrons. Okay, so means that hold that particular beam travel together, means in a CRO tube. If you see that there are the magnet, that is about the focusing magnet, so that they are not allow that electron to move in any other direction there. So then that's why what happened, that electron is moving or it travel together with whatever the field we have, that is electric field as well as the magnetic field. And that electrons are not changing anything else. Okay, because that electron not exerted that they are not exerted any force, okay, by this particular magnetic field. So that's why they are traveling in a given direction, only one direction. So that is called as a linear tube. But in the case of what, if supposed to be we are using a cross field tubes, so in a cross field tube it is different. So in a cross field tubes, what happen, that electric field and a magnetic field both are in a perpendicular there. So that these particular tubes, in that case, we can say that in this particular tubes, what happened, that magnetic field or a magnetic force will be exerted on what, electron beam. Okay, it is a cross one, so it will be exerted on this electron beam, and that's why that electron will move in a circular fashion. Okay, if supposed to be that force is exerted on this particular field, so it will be moving in a circular one, that electron will move in a circular field. And these are the types of what, M type tube. Okay, that is about a linear tube. We can say that we have, that is called as the O type tube, and a cross field tubes means we can say that is about the M type tubes, that is a magnetron. Linear tube, that is a klystron and a traveling wave tube. So generally what happen in a cross field tubes, electric field and magnetic field density both are perpendicular to each other. So that's why these tubes, okay, so that if you consider that when electrons emitted from the any cathode, okay, they are accelerated by the electric field. Okay, so that's why electron moving. Okay, motion of electron happen. Okay, because of that acceleration of the, that electric acceleration takes place because of that electric field, and that's why the electron get a velocity. So that's why electron will move. But the electrons moving supposed to be in a magnetic field. Okay, so but electron is having some velocity, but when they are moving in a magnetic field, then what happen, their path, okay, so they will not move in a straight way because of that magnetic field. That path is bent by the magnetic field. Okay, path of the electron is bent by the magnetic field, and this is called as what way, that is a force. That force is exerted on the electron. Okay, force is exerted on an electron because of the presence of both the electric field and a magnetic field, and that is called as what, we say that is about the Lorentz force. Means electron is moving in a magnetic field, okay, as well as in an electric field, but the force exerted on electron in a magnetic field as well as in a electric field, so that's why it is called as a force. That force is called as a Lorentz force. Okay, so we can say that we can write the equation is equal to what, F is equal to QE plus QVB cross B. Okay, so that is about our equation there. Or we can write, we can relate that F is equal to what, M dV by dt. Earlier we have written that equation there. So you can write in terms of what, a Cartesian coordinates, spherical coordinates, or rectangular coordinate. Okay, so this one we have written a Cartesian one, we can write cylindrical or a spherical in a different way there. Okay, so we can write easily. Okay, that is not our scope here to write that particular part. Next, we need to learn about what is the electromagnetic plane wave. Okay, so if you see that our syllabus, we need to consider that the macro region, band designation, what are the micro devices, what are the applications. We have seen that characteristics and everything there, interaction of the electrons and okay, that in terms of electric and magnetic field. So now our aim is about to learn that electromagnetic plane wave. So in that electromagnetic plane wave, okay, so we need to see that first of all, what are the Maxwell's equation. So once we know that a Maxwell's equation, then we can derive that a wave equation first. Okay. So we'll not go in a deep. That is a part of electromagnetic. So if you see in a slide, I am writing here a summary of electromagnetic. Okay, it is just we are summarizing electromagnetic field so that we are able to write a wave equation. Okay, so there is no issue. So we can summarize that. We have a Faraday's law. Okay, del cross E is equal to minus dB dou B by dou T. Then Ampere circuit law, you people have learned that del cross H is equal to J plus 20 by dou T. Okay. Now these are the vector quantity. Okay, everything. So this one is a Faraday's law and this one is the Ampere's law. So now these are the terms. Okay, if you see that E and a B, here we have H, and here is E actually electric field, and here is electric field again in terms of a D, because D is equal to epsilon E and J is equal to what, a sigma E. So means from this Maxwell's equation, if you relate, okay, if you see that electric field quantity, that is depending upon that magnetic field, or you can say that magnetic field is depending upon the electric field. So both the cases, Maxwell's equation, if you wanted to summarize, or if you wanted to remember, you just remember that any one field is there, so there will be opposite field. So supposed to be here in that particular case, here is the electric field. We are writing the equation in terms of a magnetic field. So there is a relation of what? Electric field and a magnetic field. Both are dependent. Electric field is depending upon the magnetic field, or you can say that a magnetic field is depending upon the electric field. So that's why Faraday law say that del cross E, okay, and it is depending upon what? A minus dou by dou t. B is nothing but a magnetic field, and that magnetic field is nothing but what? Your charge is moving, motion of an electron in a magnetic field. Okay, so that's why we are getting this particular equation. And this one is about a del cross H is equal to J plus dou d by dou t. Means we are getting that what happened, whatever the current is moving, and what happened to the given particular field. So that's why we can write here del cross H is equal to, generally del cross is equal to what? A current. Okay, means H D. If you write, okay, in terms of integral form, so we can, will get that H into dl is equal to nothing but a I. But here we are writing del cross H. Here again del cross E is nothing but what? Displacement. Okay, E dot dl. It is nothing but a displacement. Okay. And here we can write H is not what? A current is moving from one position to the another point. Okay. So that is H dot dl. Both the cases, both are same. So that's why there is a cross product. Okay. Dot is there. So that's why it is a cross product. Okay. Del cross H. But now this one is about what we can say that a J. Okay, this J is nothing but a what? A current density, and that current density is different for the different material. So we earlier we say that if it is a surface charge, if it is a line charge, okay, if it is a sheet charge, okay. So likewise, so that's why the current density changes. Because why current density changes? Because it is depending upon the conductivity. So material changes, conductivity changes. So that's why J changes, and that's why del cross H is depending upon this particular factor. And these are about the law. And this two law is nothing but what? A del dot D is equal to rho V. That is a Gauss law. Again, that is a Gauss law in terms of electric field. Del dot B is equal to 0. Again, it is a Gauss law in a magnetic field. Both are nothing but the Gauss law in terms of electric field and a magnetic field. So you can write that D this way. And epsilon is nothing but what? Epsilon R, epsilon 0. Mu is equal to what? Mu R, mu 0. Now, this epsilon, okay, and this mu. So whenever we are writing any material property, so in that case, epsilon R and mu R is changes. So I am saying supposed to be a dielectric material. So what happened to this particular value? So we need to know about what dielectric material we are using. Okay, so for the given dielectric material, epsilon R will be different. Suppose I am saying that the medium is air. In that case, epsilon R is 1, mu R will be 1. But if I am supposed to be saying that a material is different, so then there will be epsilon R and mu R. So supposed to be, if you consider that a PCB, printed circuit board, so generally people are using a 4.4. Okay, okay, that material. It has the epsilon R of what? A 4.4. So that's why people are saying FR4 material. Okay, so different. So PCB, they are saying a different epsilon R value, and based on that different epsilon R values, your current is propagating through this particular on PCB board. So it is not radiating more. Losses will be less as whatever the value of that FR4 material. If it is changes, so then it affects the bandwidth, it affects a losses and everything. Okay, so that's why, okay, that PCB has design. We can design an antenna using same, and then again the material we need to be choose with a different FR4. Okay, so different dielectric material we can choose. Okay, so we are not going in detail. And the same again, that on a PCB, whatever the conducting layer is present, if that conducting layer, if thickness is increases, so what happen? That resistance is increases. Okay. and at the same time a capacitance changes. If that capacitance changes, so then it will affect everything on the given printed circuit board. So while designing any circuit, okay, on a PCB, we are not bothering about what will be the track size and what will be the conductor length. But as an engineer, we should know that what will be the track size and a conductor size. Okay, so these are about your electromagnetic portion. Will not go in detail. So as I told you earlier, you can write this form. Okay, this is nothing but a summarization del cross E and del cross H. We can write in terms of what E dot dl and H dot dl. That is nothing but a I. Okay, so here E dot dl, that is about electric field. Here dou by dot d, and this one is about a surface here, y surface in a given area. In a given area, that field is there. And here we can consider that, okay, the meeting will end for all participants in 5 minutes. Okay, okay, after 5 minutes automatically that meeting ends. So will not continue. Will take only up to 5 minutes, and once that meeting is over, so you can leave. Okay, thank you all. Now wait for 5 minutes, we'll continue. So now this is about a Faraday's law, E dot dl, H dot dl, and this is about a closed surface here. Now, if you see that, okay, if you see that D dot ds and rho dv, here we have a closed surface there. Okay, so now this message comes, I am sharing this two applications. Okay, I don't know what people are getting. Now, this is about the Ampere's law, and this one is about a Gauss law. Okay, so okay, d dot ds here we have rho dv, or you can say that this is about the Gauss law, b dot ds, because it is a surface, particular area is considered closed surface. That's why people have used the closed surface word, the b dot ds. So we can consider that b dot ds is equal to 0. Why it is 0? Magnetic field, because it is a closed path. Magnetic field is moving. I suppose it is in a closed path. So that's why for a closed path, it emanates from the same path and terminates at the same point. It is a circular one. So that's why due to the closed surface, okay, starting point and end point is the same. Okay, so that's why it is a 0. But here it is a closed surface, but it is not a starting and end point, because at a different point the field will be a different. If you go away, that field will be changes. But here the flux is a constant throughout the path. So that's why it is a 0 here. Next, okay, so now next we can say that a dou by dou t here. Okay, so you can consider that equations we are writing, that is in terms of what a that we can say that is about the potential. Okay, vector potentials we are writing. We are getting the equations in terms of potentials. Okay, generally we say, but if we write these Maxwell's equations, these are the Maxwell's equation, that is about in terms of what, okay, integral form. Okay, so we can write the same in terms of what, a harmonic field. Okay, these are about in terms of a harmonic field. So in that case, for the harmonic we are writing a subscript s. So del dot d is equal to rho v, instead of that del dot ds into rho vs. Del dot bs 0. Now here del cross E is equal to what, minus dou v by dou t. Okay, dou by dou t. Okay, so this is about dou by dou t. We are getting that dou by dou t is what? It is nothing but a j omega. Okay, dou by dou t is nothing but the j omega. So we are writing dou by dou t in j omega. Similarly here j omega. We are getting the equation, and in terms of this one field, we are getting the equation that is in the form of a electric field. Now come to the point that is about the electromagnetic plane wave. Now electromagnetic waves we are saying here. Okay, so that is about what, your field is moving. Okay, electromagnetic field means what, your field is moving with the wave of what, electric field as well as the magnetic field component. Wave is propagating, it has a component of what, electric field and magnetic field. Now these are about the electric field vector. Okay, it is moving, and this blue, this is about the magnetic field. So your electromagnetic plane wave is looks like. Okay, so we can say that here we have electric field and magnetic field vectors. We say that wave is propagating in a Z direction means your wave, plane wave is propagating in a Z direction. Okay, meeting is in progress. Something. Okay, okay. Is it okay? Audible now? All of you getting audible? Hello? Okay, I think it's end. Okay. So now electric field, this is about the wave is propagating in a Z direction. Okay. And electric field vector in X direction and magnetic field vector in Y direction. So means we can write the equation of a electric field E is equal to what? Whatever the amplitude of electric field vector component, EX suppose I am saying,